teaching learning process under the education policy. We all have been training ourselves for different topic and parameter, pedagogical techniques, and so on from the help of different CBSE training programs through their resource person. And this training or workshop will help us to build ourselves as pedagogical leader with a cognitive approach and even enhance our continuous professional development. Pedagogical leadership role of teacher is now not limited to classroom. They are needed to be exercise or act as a mentor for the student. Teacher innovative ideas and creative roles in the teaching learning process helps the student to explore new critical thinking and experiential learning experiences. As I have told, teachers must be a learner first. And due to new education policy, we require to set the standard on different parameters like critical thinking, collaborative knowledge, effective and communicable skills, competency-based learning, and many more. We all, whether it's a teacher, leader, stakeholder, all have been learning so many things, and hopefully this will continue in the future. Now it's time to impart or implement these tools and creative thinking into our teaching and learning system. We all are the precious part of this transformation of education, and your development and updation will help the student to become the assets of the country. So, without wasting the time, I would like to inform that the topic of today in-house training session is practicing blended learning. I am very sure that today's first person, Mr. Rahul Kumar Singh, will help all teachers to interpret and explain the ideas and things regarding ICT and digital tools effectively and efficiently. And it will improve the classroom teaching as well. So over to Mr. Rahul Kumar Singh and best of luck.
Thank you, sir, for giving the valuable words from your side, and hopefully that I can able to explain each and everything from my side. And today we have got arranged some training that is in-house session for our school, National Public School, and I'm very happy and grateful to the school organization that the school organization and management given me the opportunity to take the session regarding the blended learning practices. First of all, I would like to say that what do you mean by blended learning? Since many years, we were just taking the classes in the classroom sessions we used to take, where the student take their seats on the benches. We use to take chalk and dusters, blackboard. We use the traditional things, as you can see from the Gurukul system, where we used to take the education in the ashrams. Most of the people take the practical knowledge in those periods. But later on, somehow we got decreased or we got differentiated in those kind of processes. With the course of time, the education system changed a lot. But now, due to pandemic situation, we face a lot of problems. I accept that most of the teachers have accepted that challenges and overcome those challenges and created themselves in a very innovative way, digitalize themselves and able to connect with the each and every students in every way. And I would like to say that the teachers who were not able to operate operate the ICT devices, still they can able to take the Google Classrooms sessions. They have connected the students through Zoom. They have connected the students through Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and a lot of medium they have chosen. But in that period, during those kind of periods, they have chosen the different online books and online materials through which they try to connect with the student, communicated with the students, so that they can able to learn each and everything, each and every aspects they have covered. The teachers tried their hardships. They never wanted to uh, differentiate, never wanted to deficiate the knowledge of.
Machine.
And I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful to all teachers. They have done a lot of jobs in during these days, during the pandemic days. And in the couple of years, in the past couple of years, they have shown their dedication. They have shown their capabilities and potential through which they can connect with the students in a very viable way. And it has been resultant in many things also, in many aspects also. And students also get interested into this kind of jobs. That is why we are able to connect after the COVID session also, and students get interested to join us again. And today we are passed on those kind of tough situations, and we are again face-to-face sessions we are having with our students. So, before we start the session, I would like to welcome all of you. A warm, very warm welcome to colorful good morning to teachers, learners present over here today virtually. And good morning. Good morning means good. You all know what is it? Morning, that means more earning. Every day, every good morning will be started with the good more earnings. So today I'll just try to explain the things, express my views through which you can earn more and more things. And every day I hope that you will earn more and more things each and every day. A good teacher are the reason why ordinary students dream to do extraordinary things, because no one student is there who learned most of the things with himself or herself. We, the teachers, try our best level to bring them up to a certain level so that they can achieve most of the things in their life. So we are the good teachers. We are trying to good teachers each and every day. We are trying to develop ourselves, develop our skills each and every day, so that we can pass on that message or convey that knowledge, things or tricks to our students easily in a very easy pathway, so that they can able to understand their logical things, their theoretical things in a practical way, and they can elaborate their knowledge to the world and to the entire society. They can help the entire society, because students are not the students, they are going to become the asset of the country. Asset of the country, if he or she will become something, he will give the country most of the things. As you all know, we were also the student. Now we are the teachers. We are the future makers. So we need to upgrade ourselves time to time. We need to develop ourselves time to time. If we will not develop, if we will not teach ourselves with the course of time, we can't able to make the future. We can't drag the country to a certain level. We always admired most of the things about America, Britain. We always talk about it, but we never talk about India, because we always think that their technology, their sense of teaching, their sense of education is very up to the high level or up to the mark. Why is it so? We are not like that, or we couldn't able to do such things. Yeah, we can do, but we have a lot of trust on them. Our students who are teaching or studying in our institutions, they are dragged to that America and that to what is it, Germany. Why it is so? That brain drain is happening. Knowledge are draining out from our country. So it is not about that we have to choose two or three people or two or three students from our classes. The practice blended learning is that form of learning where we introduce the traditional classroom with the online system, that is hybrid learning. What is hybrid learning is? Hybrid learning is the online mode of learning system, okay, to which the government is also promoting that hybrid learning and online mode of system. For example, nowadays in the phase of COVID, we just introduced this kind of learning system, and hopefully and successfully we did that also through different platforms and different things, and be able to connect with the students, each and every student, very efficiently, very effectively, so that we can able to explain them about the theories. Unfortunately, we couldn't able to connect with the student face to face, and we couldn't able to explain them in a very vital way. I do understand that thing, but still we can able to explain. We can able we did our hard times. We passed on or creating the PPTs. We created a lot of things so that we can able to make them understand each and every topic regarding that thing. So I would like to present my screen so that you will able to understand what is it. I have made a PPT for you. I would like to request each and everybody that please mute yourself so that the sessions. Okay. So here we can see that we have a dual system that is blended, that is mix up of traditional learning, which we are doing right now. That means classroom learning, you can say. And in the classroom system, we, as I've told you, that we need the infrastructure, we need every kind of aspects to to develop that kind of category and that kind of thing. So here, the thing which I was telling you, that is traditional learning is a system which we are living today, which we are carrying out today. But the online or e-learning is a new fashion or new thing which has to be introduced nowadays. We are able to see a lot of videos in the YouTube, or most of the big organization or IT companies are introducing their e-learning platforms like Akash is there, Byju's are there. They are just providing such kind of materials through online, and students are dragging towards themselves. They feel that those kind of knowledges or those kind of tricks and those kind of things can be retained from those sites. So is it that valuable? Yeah, it is valuable, because in this system, in this e-learning system, students can able to go or study with their own pace. That means, for example, a student come to your class, if you're teaching something and he couldn't able to understand, or he is having any kind of problem in the house, so he couldn't able to attend that class. Now you will, in the next session, you will teach the another topic. So that student could not able to understand that page number or that topic, because he couldn't able to attend that class. So what is the another option? Either you are going to teach the same topic, you can't do that because you have a particular time period, so that you can complete your syllabus, you complete your sessions, you complete your everything. But here the challenge is that that student, since we are taking the classes of 30 students or whatever, the whole class we are taking, so we couldn't able to, we need to identify those students, and still we can identify, we can't able to deliver those kind of same topics again and again. For example, IQ level of all the students are not same, as you all know. Some students are very weak. Some students couldn't able to understand that what is going on in the class. But it doesn't mean that we will not go towards them. We have to go towards them. We have to take the ahead step towards them, so that we can able to or connect with them. The first thing is that we need to counsel them. We need to connect with them, that what kind of problem they are facing with, or through, they are going with, and connecting with that student, we can able to, or he can able to express his problems, express his things regarding the studying or whatever he is dealing with, so that we can able to connect with him, and we need to guide him in every way, because he is also our student. He could also become a Einstein, he could also become any Abdul Kalam or whatever. So the thing is, that is, we have to take this step forward towards them, so that we can identify and we can make them to a creamy layer. We can bring up to the creamy layer, and we can make them something for the society. But how this kind of things can be done? The government of India, GOE, has projected or given the proposal in the parliament that traditional learning, and due to pandemic, we introduced ourselves into the online e-learning, and we did it also. So after concluding that whole, the government has projected that from the secondary schools or to the higher sections like postgraduate or whatever, in the colleges also, they are introducing the blended learning. The blended learning is a mixture of traditional learning as well as e-learning. Now you are getting confused that we will take the class in the classroom also. Now after that, at evening we'll take the classes on the Zoom or Google Meet. No, it is not like that. Yeah, it may be that whatever thing I'm going to tell you, or whatever the tools I'm going to explain you, it is going to be tough for the first time. But as I've already said, that teacher is not the teacher. Teacher is going to be a pedagogical leader. And pedagogical leader, that means he has to learn each and every day. And implementation should be done on the student. That implementation will be resulted when that student only become doctor, when he become engineer and successful engineer or doctor in the society. So blended learning is a mixture of traditional learning and online learning, as I've said. But how we will take that online learning to the up to the mark, we will see that. So as you can see, the next I'm sliding. So the thing which I was telling you, that is ICT skill. ICT, what do you mean by ICT? First of all, you need to know this. ICT, that means information and communication technology. Today we used to take WhatsApp. We used to connect with the people with what could you say, through Skype. Okay, so this kind of platforms or this kind of application is actually the information and communication technology. And with the course of time, or with the past 7 or 8 years, I think 10 years, I could say that it has been a huge impact in all aspects of life, and in the human life, I should say. It is because of the latest advances ICT has came, and that the possibilities of information, communication, collaboration have made borders and barriers irrelevant. You're sitting over here and you can talk to American student, okay, Dubai student, and the most of the platforms have came in the during the lockdown sessions, and most of the Dubai students connected with the Indian teachers through different platforms, UB Pro and Linux, and from Byju's, they were connected with those students for private classes. So how this kind of things been happen? Because of this ICT platforms only. You never able to go to the Dubai to teach those students. But sitting in the room using the ICT devices, you are able to teach those students for an hour, for a half an hour, whatever, and they can able to understand whatever things you are saying to them. So this can be done with the digital platforms, and it is the reality of today's life. You have to accept it. We are outdated, I know. Most of the teachers couldn't able to understand, couldn't able to connect with the people through this kind of digital devices, but it doesn't mean that we can't able to learn those things. We can learn, and we have to learn, and will live with the society. We will live with the today's time or present time, because this is the requirement of the time. Because changing is the rule of life, and this rule we have to follow. If we will not follow this, we'll keep behind apart. So blended learning is that mixture of classroom and online learning. And for that online learning, today I'm trying to tell you that most of the ICT platforms, which and different kind of tools, which will surely help you to take such kind of classes and such kind of things. So collaboration barriers are irrelevant, as told that no barriers are there. You can teach to the other students also through these ICT platforms. At the time when ICT has invaded every sphere of human activities, the teaching learning process cannot be exception. Yeah, everybody's talking, everybody doing business through this. So education, how the education will be apart from this? Yeah, we just got active into these things, and big IT companies, educational IT companies, just spreading their legs into this industry through these ICT platforms only. So why do we not? We are also able to do these things, and we are going to learn each and everything, so that we can able to make our student more viable, more creative, more innovative, so that they can change the society in many aspects. The teachers are now using the latest innovation with due to the help of ICT. Yeah, as I've told so many times that we are using different kind of platforms like Google Classroom. We are using, we are presenting so much of things through Google Classroom, through Azure, through different Microsoft platforms are also there, through which we can connect with the students. We can give different kind of tasks from them. Okay, so blended education is the flipping the classroom or hybrid education. Flipping, that means, for example, you are going to take a topic. So you have to make a video for that. You will post anywhere you want, any kind of platform you want, whether it is YouTube, whether it is Google Classroom or whatever. So there the student can go before doing that classroom session. they have to attend that online session, and they can understand the concept that which you are going to teach them in the classroom. Before the classroom study, they will study your videos, they will look upon the topics which you have explained in the videos very efficiently, they will study that. For example, they can grab 60% from that video, and when they will come to the class on the next day, you will teach the same thing, you will do the activity, because we only able to stuck on the bookish things. We always stuck on the theories. We can't able, or we don't get the time to do the activities related to that topic. But this blended learning will help to do the several kind of activities in the classroom sessions, apart from the online sessions, where you have explained the things in a very drastic way. And the thing that is, when the student will go to the house again, he can able to watch that video again if he could not able to understand, or she could not able to understand that topic. So online platforms or this blended learning help the student to grow themselves according to their own speed or own space. If he wanted to watch that video 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, he can. But you can't teach the same topic in the classroom for the 100 times. You got irritated. But your issue and the student issue will be recovered or will be overcome by this system of learning, that is blended learning. As I've already told, that it may be very tough for each and everybody, because we are not very well connected with the ICT tools and how to use that and that. It is very tough. But we are going to learn each and everything, as I've told. We will accept every challenge, because we need to make, or we are going to make the future of a country, because student is the future of a country, as we all know. So blended learning is the flipping the classroom or hybrid education, as I've told. Hybrid online session, hybrid sessions, hybrid learning and online learning are the same. So a blended learning is a mixture of e-learning, that is electronic medium, I said, and classroom learning or instruction. So what is blended learning? As I made the PPT, so I have to read this. So a teaching practice that combines or blends the classroom and online learning. The instruction of a lesson occurs with both teacher interaction, where we do actually, and computing devices. Most of the time, we just came across note about those kind of things, that students are having the mobiles, but they couldn't able to attend the sessions. They couldn't able to attend the meetings. How they have to manage with those kind of tools and that all. We make them learn. They connected with us, and we taught most of the things during those sessions and during those period. And there we also instructed most of the things through those devices or through those platforms. So this is hybrid learning. And classroom learning, you very well know about it. So here's a picture. I have just inserted a picture over here, that is brick and mortar classroom and online learning through computer. Face-to-face learning. This kind of practice we used to do in the classroom, where we stand in front of all of them and we instruct. We tell them the story. We narrate the things. We narrate the theories in front of them. But all of them are not equal. All are able to not understand in an appropriate way the way we are teaching, the way we are taking the sessions or whatever the thing we are using during those time. All the students are not same, and all the students are not getting the same topic on the same time. Some are slow, some IQ's level are not very good, some are not able to understand. So in the face-to-face sessions, we converse with the student. We give and narrate that theory, negotiate interaction. For example, most of the time it has been seen, and we also do sometime, that if in between the topic, if somebody is trying to ask something, so we negotiate it. Okay, sit down. Okay, no need to ask right now. Complete the topic. Later on, you will ask. This is not fair actually. But what we can do, we don't have the time yet. We have to complete the syllabus. We have a limited time. We have a lot of days, and we are spending a lot of days in holidays. So negotiated interaction, okay, cannot be practiced into the face-to-face classroom or face-to-face sessions. Production, whatever the things they are studying, they are they are evaluating themselves through examination, and we evaluate them, and we give the result. But we can't able to cover all the aspects or all the problems or all the boxes of that student, from which problems he is dealing with, whatever the domestical things he's going through, whatever the problems he's facing through his IQ level or whatever. We couldn't able to connect with them. So production will be that type of only which the things you are explaining to them, and your explanation is one size fit. One size fit, that means in a classroom, whatever thing you are teaching, you are not teaching, or you are not teaching according to that student whose IQ level is very low. In a classroom, all the students, whether it is very inferior type or very inferior knowledge or very wisdom type of student is also there. We are dealing same kind of teaching method with all of them. If very wisdom student or very intelligent student raise his hand that I have understand, sir, or I have understood, sir. So we just wrap up the topic and we'll proceed to the next topic. Okay, you have understand? That's a very good thing. But it is not fair. We have to focus now to those students also who are lacking behind in that particular topic or in his life also. Otherwise, he will lose his confidence. Otherwise, he will couldn't able to understand that particular thing. He couldn't able to approach himself to a particular level. We collaborate in the face-to-face classroom. It doesn't mean that I'm not contradict, or I'm not pointing out to the face-to-face learning. It is very wonderful session, or it is a very wonderful method of learning or teaching, where we collaborate with the student, we do activity with the student, we do lot of things. But in some points, face-to-face learning and teaching method is not fulfilling every aspects, as I've told. We apply most of the things. So as I've told, that online learning is self-paced. Self-paced, that means if they want to watch the video at 12 o'clock, if he or she wanted to learn that topic at 10 o'clock, so he can able to watch it. He can able to understand it by repeating that video again and again, stop, and he can watch it. We are also using that kind of thing. We have a what is the self access of YouTube and that all. We can drag it to 5 minutes, we can drag it to 45 minutes, and we can see that we are using the self pace. Yeah. And language skill. We do have a language skill also. So what? Okay. So thing which I was telling you, that is type of learning or type of teaching. And the online teaching is so important, that is they can able to understand, or they can able to read each and everything with their own pace, with their own speed, you can say. Language skill, that means it doesn't mean that multilingualism they are promoting, government is also promoting those kind of things. And nowadays we are very feeling proud to talk in English and that all, but it doesn't mean so. If you are comfortable in Hindi, and if you are comfortable in whatever the dialects, natural dialects, or whatever the local language is comfortable with those students, you can go with that. Language skills, authentic content you can make. For example, most of the times we come across such situation that whatever things are it is written in the book, they explain the same thing, and later on we came to know कि अच्छा, if those kind of things I can explain in that way also, but you don't have time. But in the online content, in the online sessions, you can use that tricks, you can use that session in that kind of cases. So authentical content you can make, you are getting the time. In a week, if you will make one video for that topic or for that chapter, you can relax and sit, and you can collect the materials, and you can make it through PPT. You can make the video regarding that thing using the board and that all, and you can post it to a certain kind of platform where the student can able to read and study that topic in a very efficient way. Practice. As I've told that the first time in the first time you will get such kind of problems that it is a very tough task, but later on if you'll practice, as you know that practice makes the man perfect, so practice will make you perfect in a certain kind of online teaching. And the very good thing is that you'll get the instant feedback from the student. For example, you know about the Google Form, and most of the tools I'll also discuss about those kind of tools, which will help actually to take the real-time feedback from the students. For example, if you want to just let them know or let you know that whether the students are knowing this thing or not. For example, I'm just teaching the blended learning to and trying to tell you about blended learning. If I ask in a Google form that what do you mean by blended learning, whether it is a classroom learning, online learning, or classroom and online learning, I'll give the option, and instantly you will fill it, and it will come to me. And I can see through the bar graphs, I can see through the different kind of tools. It is will be easier that how many people are able to understand or how many people are couldn't able to understand. If I'll get the graph, then I am able to know that how many people or 50% people able to answer correct or 80% people are able to answer correct. We'll see that. We'll go through the process also. Progressive monitoring, as I've told you right now, when you will able to know, जब आप ये जान जाएंगे that 40% of students are not able to understand, from that poll you will get the consequences. Then after then you are trying to innovate new ideas that how I can able to build up the student, how I can able to construct the student in another way. You will find that different innovative ideas, technical ideas, and these kind of things. In the maths, most of the teachers are using different kind of tricks. Trigonometry, in the chapter trigonometry, students couldn't able to understand that kind of chart. For perpendicular, for base, for hypotenuse, teachers are using different kind of things to make them learn. It is the reality. So creating interest into the student is very important. If such kind of interest will be developed into the students, then they can learn and enhance their knowledge towards that topic or towards that thing. The blended world is experience. A blended world is a language experience. Language doesn't mean that we are very mean with the language. It doesn't mean to the language directly. It means that language of understanding, language of concepts, language of that topic that we are able to understand, or we are able to communicate our own thing with them, and they're able to communication skill. For example, we just use the language as a communication. I'm just telling you most of the things you're getting understand. Okay, this is right, this is wrong, or whatever. You noted also, or you replied also. But language, here the world of experience, as it is written, blended world language experience. That means the system which we are learning today, or which we are trying to know today, is acts as a language. We have to deliver our knowledge to the students. He understand or she understand, and she give the reflection regarding that the thing which she or he had studied. So it is an innovative concept. Yes, it is a reality. It is an innovative concept that includes the advantages of both traditional teaching, which we are doing right now in the classroom, and ICT, that is information communication technology. That is a very important phase of time which where we are using this kind of tools and we are dealing with it. Supported training, including both offline and online teaching or learning. It includes face-to-face teaching. It doesn't mean that it is going to replace the face-to-face system. No, it has to go. 60% of the classroom will sustain. Only 40% implementation for the online session has to go. The face-to-face teaching is there. Students' interaction with course content. Interaction, for example, my students, I have just made a topic on electricity. For example, I have taught Rolex Act in history or history. French Revolution I have taught them, or some teacher has taught them French Revolution, given the content in the video through content through video. The students have studied that and came to the classroom. Now we will have such kind of interaction with those students. Okay, what you have seen and what have you understand from that topic? आपको कैसा लगता है कि उन्होंने सही किया या गलत किया, whatever. So such kind of interaction in the classroom will enhance the confidence of the student for that particular topic. अच्छा ये ऐसा होता है, ठीक है. अगर वो नहीं भी कुछ समझ पाए हैं तो in the classroom they will understand that thing, because you will get the passage of time to make them understand, because your 80% of task has been done through that video, and student is also relaxed that I know this kind of things. If he's missing something, you are fulfilling that gap in the classroom. And again, he's advised to see that video in the house so that his 100% thing is clear. Peer grouping interaction. You can divide the class, whole class, into 5 people groups or 5 student groups. They can interact, that you can ask for the comment, that you comment for a particular topic, whether you are feeling it was right or not, and according to you what you feel for that topic. So they will discussion, group peer grouping discussion or interaction will evolve them to a certain level. They will find out from different modes or different mediums. They will search out Google for that topic only. They will search out different books. They want to know history. They want to know the past things, from where it has been started and to where it has to go. So this peer group interaction is very important. This kind of things I'm just talking about, the offline sessions which you are trying to take in the classroom. So apart from teaching the theories, narrating the theories, this kind of activity help you and the student also to involve into that topic very conveniently, very easily, and he could able to understand each and every topic in a very efficient way. As I've already discussed, group discussion, that peer interaction, what they feel, what they understand, that's a very important one. So according to that, they can interact with those kind of group. They will start to interact whether this thing is actually sustaining or not. That's a very important thing. So coming to the next one, that is virtual classroom. Exactly, we are taking the virtual classroom also. We did that in the lockdown period. So virtual classroom can be arranged during the off sessions. For example, some student of group of 5 students are saying to you that this topic we couldn't able to understand, ma'am, please tell us. So you can take those small sessions of 10 minutes or 15 minutes to make them understand. It will recreate you. It will be benefited to the students also. Online assessments, we are using the Google Forms. We are now able to make the Google quizzes, through which whatever the things you have taught today, you can make the Google Forms. Not each and every day you can do. You can take these practices a couple of times in a week. You can take webinars whenever you like to take webinars regarding a particular session or particular chapter. You can take it. Online learning through videos and audios. Once a while I was there, and I got chance to connect with a small child of, I think she was in 3 or 2. She was taking the WhatsApp, and she was finding something. I just asked her that, what are you doing? She was saying that I got the homework through WhatsApp. So I just got amazed. Okay, you have got homework in WhatsApp. You don't get homework in classrooms. So she couldn't able to understand what is Google Classroom at all. And I just agree that this kind of ICT platforms are very tough for those students. So she told, I just snatched that mobile from her and was trying to see that what her teacher has given. Her teacher recorded a kind of video, the instruction, the chapter also. She narrated the instructions in the audio and she sent it to the WhatsApp. And that girl, that small girl, opened the book at the house during the lockdown I'm talking about. So she was just listening that, putting earphone into her ears, and she was listening very carefully to those audios and seeing the pictures and seeing the chapter overall. It was very interesting. And we also did most of the practice like that. So these kind of things or new things in make or enhance the interest in the students. It enhance that how we need to deal with that kind of what to say theories and that all interest. It creates the interest in the students. Okay, we have not to just sit in front of the blackboard. We have not to see the letters or written in white on the blackboard. No, some other things or some other processes are also there through which we can learn. So different innovative things are coming, and we could also create. We can also innovate the new things through which we can grasp the knowledge, we can throw the knowledge, we can convey our own ideologies or knowledge to them. We can make them more experienced regarding that particular topic. And for doing such, we can take the different help of ICT mediums or digital mediums, I could say. So, objectives. What is the objective of blended learning? Why just talking about this kind of that this one we have to do, this one we have to do? That's what is it? Session or classroom sessions or face-to-face teaching is already is there. So I have just told you most of the things, and later on, with the gradual time, I'll just tell you that what is the importance of this kind of sessions or teaching. Objectives to understand the different models of technology integration. To understand the different models of technology integration. Most of the technologies are coming. Now we are knowing about Google Form. We are knowing about Zoom. We never know before the Zoom, what you say, before the COVID-19. But that phase of time, it was not a good time. But still, they can able to learn most of the thing in a very short period of time. And we have able to calculate most of the challenges, most of the things, most of the new things we have made, we connected, we throw off those kind of things and those kind of study material with our student, and they reflected very well. They got interested. So many times I've just given the things in the Google Classroom. They have written the things, they have completed their work, and they posted their things into the Google Classroom also. They're very interested. They are very much interested into those kind of studies. They're liking that. They're buying the copies. They are writing in the copies that teacher has taught us this kind of thing, and we have to make. Teacher has given the homework to discuss and customize ISTE, that is International Society for Technology in Education. As earlier said, that we always admire of the American system, the Germanial system, or the different kind of education system around the world. But we can develop such things by learning. We will learn again and again, and we will create better than that. To develop integrated technology lesson plan. Now, this is the important topic. CBSE also had tried and uh, organized different kind of sessions or webinars regarding this thing. This time, lesson plan we have to develop, and we have made also, where the feedbacks, the interaction, every point will be there. In the lesson plan, our online objectives, the blended system, the hybrid learning, whatever the videos we are posting, and how we are dealing with that kind of thing, and how we have organized at which date and which time for which topic we have to deliver the videos and that all. So in the lesson plan, we have to add on this kind of all things. The question of interactions, the interactive things, the innovative ideas which they are trying to tell us. If they want to have such kind of group discussions, so we will write in the portion of or in the column of reflection. To use technology in the classroom in all curriculum areas. Yeah, we should try to do that. Today is the time of technology. We should use that. We have to connect each and every student with the technology. After learning it, we are ready to learn each and everything. To use technology to teach higher order skill thinking, raising the bar of the learner for the learner. That is to use to teach higher order thinking, raising the bar of for the learner. For example, the classroom sessions. The classroom sessions which we are taking right now, it will not allow the students to explore more and more things into this in this topic. But technology somehow creates the different ideas, the innovative ideas into their minds. A couple of months I met with some students. I just came to know that they are very good editor, video editor. I also don't know how to edit the video, but I'm trying to learn about it. But those students are very well doing those such kind of tasks, and you can't able to pick out any kind of mistake from those. They are just doing that job very professionally. Day before yesterday, a student called me, and he's doing right now BTech from somewhere, SID to. He just sent me that he had made a kind of platform like LinkedIn. People can get what to say jobs from that site. So students are changing, and in that change, we need to do, and we need to connect ourselves. We need to act as a ladder. Most of the people used to say in Hindi that Guru Gud ho gaya and Chela Chini ho gaya. So student has to become the sugar. In this sense, agar wo chini ho jata hai, that is our success. The student success is our success. So we will take each and every aspects. We will cover each and every technology through which we can develop our student in a certain kind of level. We can develop them to a particular level or standard. We can make it. So the thing I'm proceeding to the next topic, that is objectives we have studied, and technology for blended learning. It has many kind of aspects, but I've chosen only 4. That is education technology in teaching and learning. Technology is very important at the right time. In the present time, we couldn't able to away ourselves or keep away ourselves from this kind of technology. We need to use it. Second, active learning strategies for authentical classroom engagement. As I've told, that we used to narrate the things. We used to narrate the things in the classrooms, but we can't do activities. We can't do what could you say? Several kind of activities in the classroom sessions because we are very busy in narrating the things only. So, apart from narration, apart from the theories, we have to go through the activity sessions also. We have to involve, we have to engage the students in different kind of activities where they can able to understand that topic or to that thing in a very different way or elaborative way. We have to develop such kind of temperament into our student through whatever the mode it is been there. If you are creating such things in your own way, not only the blended learning, you can able to connect with them in every aspect. You can develop such kind of temperament with them. It is a very important task. So I'm proceeding, and I think you can able to see the screen also. Okay. Okay, so I was telling about the blended learning. We are just connecting with the blended learning again and again. And okay, all right. So blended learning is more elaborative teaching, as I've told you. An elaborative teaching model, I should say, and adopted by a school or individual in the classroom. It is still formal learning as students are assessed on what they learned both online and face-to-face learning. As I've told that face-to-face learning is a very limited portion of teaching and education, teaching and learning sessions. We take 40 to 45 minutes of class, and whatever things we want to tell them, we just calculated ourselves till there only. But no, it is not enough. We have to go on beyond that. We have to develop such kind of technology or such kind of innovative ideas through which we can make able to understand more and more things to the students so that the student can be satisfied with that topic or for that education. So Here we are totally nearly dependent on the technology. Yes, we are dependent. If you have internet accessibility or other kind of thing, then only we can able to go through this online mode. It is right. You need smartphone. You need ICT platforms. You need ICT devices. It is necessary. But every challenges is there, and we are here to accept every challenge for our student. We are going to develop. We are going to develop a system through which we can assess and we can assess the technology, no restriction, the age or old traditional pedagogy. Blended learning is causing a paradigm shift in way teachers provide instructions by inverting traditional teaching method to engage student in learning process. There is a provision to move out of the class and provide materials and guidance to the teachers through online or offline mode. Most of the time we are just telling to the students that um, you have to care for our environment, take care of your environment, surroundings, and that all. But we are not practicing that. A lot of times I've just interacted with our students and I've just tried to tell them that you just came across the road, you just get out of the house on Sunday, and if your parents are throwing the waste on the road, you start to collect them. They feel embarrassed. They will start to feel embarrassed, and later on they will not dare to throw each and every wrapper or a plastic, because they are knowing that our children will go to the road and they will start to sweep the road. They feel humiliated. So how is this kind of things happening? This kind of ethics and this kind of environmental education are getting limited or getting limited to the certain kind of point or in a 40 pages of book. No, it shouldn't be there. We have to convert that knowledge of 40 pages to the 40 minutes of workshop or 40 minutes of activity. If those group of students will come out to the roads and they will start to sweep the road or they will start to clean the roads, then the society will understand that what is the importance of Swachh Bharat. Swachh Bharat is not been only taken by the, what could you say, from the Nagar Palikas and that kind of authorities. No, we are also responsible for that thing. Our students are also responsible for that thing. The way the things, the values which we are teaching, it has to be shown, it has to be reflected in the society. It has to be reflected. Unless until we will not allow them into that kind of interaction, into that kind of activities. So activity-based learning is very important. We have to involve themselves. If we have to involve them into those kind of practices. We have not to be just control ourselves. We have not to be limited ourselves into the books. Students are not limited into books, that they are just giving the semester 1, semester 2, essay 1, essay 2, what they are giving the good answer, but they don't have the actual knowledge in the environment. But if they input or impart their knowledge into the society, the reflection will come. The society will say that, yeah, this is our children, this is our future, this is our future of our country. Deliberating the things, and I have just collected some kind of things. There is a provision to move out of the class. Yeah, we need to move out. We just came across the Seva project also. I hope that all of you have done that. In the Seva project, most of the students are being taken to the orphanage or old age home, where they understand that what kind of values has to be taken with the grandfathers or grandmothers. What the people are doing with the grandparents or parents. They're leaving them into the old age orphanage. When the student of that age, 11, 12, 13, 14, or class 9, 10, 11, 12, when they will go over there, they will be emotionally driven. Most of the time it has been seen that they emotionally driven after seeing those kind of things. After meeting with those people, they talk with them. And they communicate with them, they just pass on their own messages, they take their takeaways from their experiences, they understand the values that which they have to follow into their own house. And it has been observed that when they came back to our house, they started to do more and more, what could you say, respect to their parents after seeing that situation. They started to understand when they just went to the orphanage whose no father or mother is there. Then they understand that what is the value of a child in a family. So blended learning is not the theory learning only. We are learning most of things. We are learning that red light is there, we have to stop. Yellow light is there, we have to attention. No, until unless he will not be there at the signal, he will not understand that thing. So let us make an attempt to on focus elaborate the need of blended learning, the current changing scenario of the classroom. We have to blend the things, whether it is offline or online. Offline we are taking, we know, but in the offline, I just put an add-on on that apart from online, in the classroom sessions, you have to involve the students in activity-based learning. It will give you a great reflection. It will give you a great result towards the development of students. As I've told, it will create a different activities, will create a different temperament in terms of family values, in terms of environmental knowledge, in terms of developing himself or herself for futuristic things. Many things are there. Variety of students we are dealing with. Some are very good in singing, some are very good in role plays and that all, but we are not giving the chances. Very oftenly we give the chances. But now I'll just request to all of you that involve them into different kind of activities and curriculums, so that they can explore into particular type of field and particular kind of things. So coming to our presentation, that objectives we have studied, that what are the objectives of this. Now there's a model. Technology is just a tool. आप कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी यूज कर लें, बट आप जब तक खुद की चीजों को अप्लाई नहीं करेंगे, तब तक रिजल्ट विल नॉट बी सीन. Tools that have extended our learning, it is making the things easier. I accept that. ये चीजों को आसान बना रही है, and we have to take the advantage of this easiness. Extended our minds, we now conceive things that we couldn't think of earlier. And I'll just tell you the model of Sammer also, okay, after some time, so that you can able to understand. I'll try my best so that I can able to make them understand. Okay, so but the basic facts even now is the realization of human talents and possibilities. Lot of possibilities are there. ऐसा बहुत बार देखा जाता है कि जो स्टूडेंट हमारे क्लास में अच्छा नहीं था तो कुछ कर लिया, यानी that kind of hidden talent we never identified. Somebody has identified, or he just explored himself into a particular level, and he's showing the society right now, and we are talking about him कि वो हमारा स्टूडेंट था बट ऐसा था, अब ऐसा हो गया. बट ऐसा क्या होता है कि हम उनके टैलेंट को आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाते हैं जब वो हमारे पास रहते हैं. So but the basic facts even now is a realization of human talent and possibility. We have to identify. We have to involve in the activities, as I've told again and again. We have to involve them. We will involve them. Then we came to know, acha, this student is not good in studies or is not understanding, but he's very good in this activity. And as I've told that, for example, in an academic year, every time a phase came where the annual sports has to be done, annual programs has to be done, or many programs or activities has to be done in school. But this blended learning these online sessions which you are recording and putting into the YouTube or putting into the classrooms will help them to study at the house, that whatever the things are taught in the classroom today, we can learn them in the according to our time, so that their theories or their topics couldn't be in the exceptions. But still, I've just told you that your presence is important. Technology is everything. I'm not saying that. Your presence, blending of technology and teacher is very important. You have to use the technology as a tool. That is why it is written, technology is just a tool. Technology can't ideate yet because it can't able to understand that who requires what. But we can. We are taking the classrooms. We are taking the what could you say, face-to-face classrooms. But using the technology, we have to fill all the boxes. We need to tick all the boxes so that we can help each and every student, whether it is very intelligent or whether it is very inferior in studies. The humans are enablers of technological tools. Proceeding to the model which I was talking about, the Salmon model. This is the Salmon model for technology integration. There was a time, here's a boy standing. I wonder what is in the ocean. He was not knowing, he is not able to understand that इस समुद्र के अंदर क्या है. सिर्फ सुनी सुनाई बातें वो जानता है कि ये है वो है, but he's not able to, he's not having any kind of technology through which he can able to go inside that. No tech. You can see here, it is written no tech. So S for substitution. Substitution, he's just taken out some other path. He taken the substitution. I'd like to request to mute yourself, please. So, substitution. Okay, so I was talking about substitution. Substitution is what? That he taken out a substitute as a technology, and he used a and he able to use to enter into that ocean. He check it out the surface of that water, acha, and till where it has been stretched until where it is present, he able to watch out and he able to discover. Vasco da Gama, we studied in the history. Christopher Columbus, we studied, he found America. Vasco da Gama found India. Different landmark people and found different landmarks also, land masses also. So they found substitution. They do the voyage. They traveled on the water. They chosen the technology to explore the world. Yes, it is possible. They have done. Then the people able or the world knows that our what do you say, Earth is elliptical or whatever. This is only possible when we put the technology into our enhancement. So, S for substitution, as I've told, A for augmentation, M for modification, and R for redefinition. As I've told, substitution acts as a direct tool. This person made a yacht, small yacht, you could say, and started to travel. Now he can explore that what is the water, what is the ocean is, with the no functional changes, because he don't know anything about it, but he started. A for augmentation, that is, acts as a direct tool substitute. Now he chosen the another thing. He could be able to enter into the water to a certain level. He just replaced this now to the different tools you can see here. And acts as a direct tool substitute with functional improvement. That means, as I've told, that with the course of time, improvement is required, improvement is necessary. So this is a part of enhancement. You can see So S for substitution, A for augmentation, and M for modification. Modification is what? Tech allows for significant task redesign. किसी को इससे भी बेहतर बनाना है, वो जानता है कि इससे भी मैं बेहतर बना सकता हूं. And he did that. He's successful in his thing. अगर एक नहीं हुआ तो दूसरे ने किया, दूसरे ने ट्राई किया, तीसरे ने किया, चौथे ने किया. And a point came, at stage will come when a person able to modify in a better way, and he could able to explore more better than everybody. आप सब जानते हैं that we used to teach sales. We all know that we are made up of sale. But a time was there that nobody was knowing that what are present inside the sale. People started to make macroscopes, then complex microscope, and different microscopes have been made. Nowadays, we can able to see, a student even be able to see that what are the things present inside the cell. And from that cell only we are made up of. What is this? Technology. Modification. Every day our medical field is growing. Every day research and experiments are happening. Only they are responsible for such research and experiments. We are also responsible. If we have to grow, if we have to modulate ourselves, we have to modify our teaching methods. We have to modify each and every day. We have to learn each and every day. Take allows for significant task redesign. We have to redesign again and again. This is modification. And at last, redefinition. जिस चीज को आप सबसे पहले समझ रहे थे, उसी चीज को आप बेहतर तरीके से सबसे आखिरी में समझा सकते हैं. That is redefinition. Take allows for the creation of new task previously inconceivable. यानी आप जानते तो थे, you were knowing, but you couldn't able to understand, make every people understand about that thing. But now, after experimenting, after knowing each and everything, you can prove that why it is so. This is transformation. So the SAMR model for technology integration, substitute, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. I hope that all of you have understood this model of teaching and technology. So this kind of technology we have to go through, and we have to attain it, and we have to accept it. So proceeding to the next topic, main characteristics of blended learning, that is BL. I have just written BL for blended learning. Students get face-to-face interaction as well. They can interact in virtual space so that they got engaged into the learning process. Second, students get full experience in using new technologies. They were not knowing anything about it, but now they are knowing very well about the technology or ICT devices or ICT platforms. It makes teaching learning process student-centered. It is very important. We always enter into the classroom for teaching the student. So it should be student-centered technique. It provides multicultural and multi-dimensional approach to teaching learning. Multi-dimensional, we are, producing the quizzes, we are throwing off the quizzes that you have to do this. Then after getting the result or after accepting that form, we can able to understand that the things which I've taught, what is the graph of or what is the present situation of that topic, whether the student are grabbing that things or not in a real virtual time or whatever. Fifth, it creates diverse role of teachers. Traditional role, which we are doing, we have to act as a motivator. Most of the time, it has been seen that the teachers, or we also do, that we humiliate sometimes to the student. It decreases or declines the confidence level of a student. We humiliate that student to entire class. But no, if some student is lagging behind in something for a particular thing, we have to motivate it. We have to sit with him. We have to know better about him. So that when then we can able to understand that how we can able to deal with that student. It is our responsibility. We are the responsible people. Then we can make the society responsible. We have not to, we can't leave them. We can't leave them at any case. So the thing which I was discussing about, that is, yeah, we saw the SAMA model. We saw blended learning. What is it? Characteristics also we saw. And now models of blended learning. Many models are there. At the right moment, we are doing the face-to-face diver model, which we are using actually right now. Rotational model is also there. Rotational model we use in the COVID sessions. We call 3 days to other students for classroom sessions, and rest of students were at home and they were seeing the videos or live sessions at their home only. And later 3 days, the online sessions, those students who attended it through the online sessions, they will come to the classroom. The classroom students will attend the sessions in the house for the next 3 days. Flex model is also there. Flex is this is only Flex where the ICT devices are been developed or what could you say installed into the classroom. They are teaching also, they are learning also, and they are using the devices also. Online lab model. This is a very important one. One of the university in India, Amrita University, has developed an online lab, OLab. You can search it out into the Google and you can see. It is a very interesting tool also. In the lockdown, we also practice with the students through online lab only. So online lab model is there. It is a part of blended learning. Self-blend model is also there. Self-blend model, that means they can able to fit ourselves into a particular time. For example, a student is having domestical things or domestical problems. अगर उससे घर में कुछ परेशानियां चल रही हैं, तो he couldn't be able to attend the face-to-face classes, but the videos which we have provided to him, he can able to see that or teach with that videos in his house at any time. Online driver mode is a totally online driver mode which we use in the COVID phases. So there are many types of blended learning which we discussed about. It will be benefit the teacher as well. Yeah, it is benefiting. We are learning every day, and we have not to, the percentage of result will grow. 10% result we will get if we will practice this thing. It shifts the role of the teacher from being a knowledge provider to a coach and mentor. सिर्फ हम नॉलेज के बेसिस पर ही काम नहीं करेंगे. एक टीचर को एक नॉलेजेबल पर्सन ही सिर्फ नहीं कहा जाएगा. We have to act as like a coach, as like a mentor. It suggests that this will enable teachers to have a greater influence and effect on student learning. And it is affecting actually. I also able to take this kind of practices and they connect with you actually. They ask you again and again, sir, ye kaise hoga? How we have to deal with this kind of situation. They started to relate with you with their personal lives even. And you have to accept it. It doesn't mean that ye mera problem nahi hai, it is yours. No. The trust, the interest, if you have to build up, you have to connect with the student in any way. Further, as against the traditional classroom instructions, which is teacher-directed top-down, as I've discussed earlier also, that in this time, traditional classroom is having only one problem. Why? What is that? Teacher-directed, that whatever the thing I'm telling, that is correct. There's no other way of studying this. So top-down method is there. We just dropping down. We are settling down to a particular topic with a particular method only. This is only known as one size fits for all, or one size fits all. In a classroom, variety of students are sitting, but we are dealing with the same process. Whether some are grabbing the things very quickly and some are not understanding even. This is the only demerit or limitation of the traditional classroom or face-to-face classroom. So blended learning, what is blended learning now? Blended learning is a student-driven bottom up. Bottom up, that means we have to bring them up. We have to connect with them through videos, through the classroom also, through activity-based learning, teaching, and customized, and bring them up to a certain level and uh, enhance their confidence level. Blended learning introduces flexibility in assessment and evaluation pattern as well. Yeah, we can take, we have a Google Classroom forms. If some students couldn't able to give that exam, so we can send it later also, and we can assess whether they are knowing the topic or not. If some student is calling you, sir, I'm at the hospital right now, I couldn't able to attend that Google form or quiz. So why he's not doing so? Because he haven't seen the video. So you can flexible the assessment evaluation pattern as well. Educator wish to embrace the forward-looking proposal. We are ready. We are ready to accept each and every proposal which we are getting right now. If we'll find some other opportunities, we will grab it, because we need to develop our student. They are going to develop the system in the society, and to develop a better system in the society will be your success, will be your main aim. So student-centered blended learning is what? Face-to-face session interaction, that is teacher-led instruction. Web-based assessment, feedback, reflection, outcomes. This is the last process. Traditional study material, we write most of the things on the board. They copy, or we narrate, they copy. And they go to the house, they remember, they memorize those things, and they come to school and they write the same answer. The creative thinking is not developing into the student due to this kind of practices. Digital visual e-learning we are creating, which we are talking about right now. Computer mediated instructions we will give to different ICT platforms. They grab that things, interest grows up into their interest, develop into their mind. They will take out new ways. In this way also we can take, this way also we can take. Many kind of things you can develop. For example, we are in the year where we are celebrating 75 years of independence. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In this session, we practice most of the students to make 10 minutes of video of certain Swantatra Senani or different local warriors also, or fighters. They have made the videos in a very interactive way and they send it. This is activity-based learning. You have to involve, you have to engage in different way so that they can explore. They can interact with that particular topic. And later on, feedback, reflection, outcomes is the real-time features which you'll get. Now, student-led learning focus has shifted from teaching learning students at the center of the process. Students at the center of the process, that means we always have to think about the student, whatever the activity we can throw or we can create, we have to make it according or keeping the students into the mind. Providing students with great responsibility for their learning, encouraging more elaboration with the classroom, ensures that activity and meaningful learning occurs. Embracing personalized learning ethos by helping students to discover their own potential. Encourages learning through trial and error and reducing, because it will get the chance. They will do mistakes. Several numerous kinds of mistakes they will do, but we'll take out the other way. We'll take out the other way to reduce that negative connotation. So, developing independent and critical thinking, we have to give freedom to them that think critical thinking. We will communicate with them, communication skill we will develop, experiential learning we will develop. We will develop the thinking skills in them. We have to leave them. We have not to scold them that no, you are not good, you are not right. We have to allow them to debate for that topic so that they can explore कि अच्छा सर ने ये बात को अगर नेगलेक्ट किया है तो मैं उसको proof लेके दिखाऊंगा, then he will go to his house and he will search out for that thing. And उसकी वजह से he will explore most of the things which we are also not knowing. So problem solving skills, most of the times we just came across a situation जहां पे वो आते हैं कंफ्यूज होने लगते हैं कि अब कैसे होगा. And a very during the examination they used to say कि मुझसे नहीं होगा, I can't able to do this, no, this is wrong. And increasing engagement in the classroom, we have to encourage them, we have to bring them up that you can only do that. प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल, चिंता करने से बेहतर है कि चिंता को हटाने की कोशिश कीजिए. अगर हम सिर्फ चिंता करेंगे तो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं खत्म होंगे. सो स्टूडेंट लेड लर्निंग encourages greater autonomy, independency, and helps each student transition from classroom to life after school. Classroom to life after school. That means in the house also they are using the ICT devices, but not for Instagram. We are accessing ourselves into the Instagram also. They are posting different kind of things. So if you go over there also, they can able to learn. They can able to attend the quiz and different kind of questions. So blended learning has tremendous significance in the present educational scenario, as education at present is largely dependent on ICT, as I've told, information and communication technology. Following significance can be attached with blended learning. The learner can learn the concept and skills at own pace. That means he can decide that till which time to which time I have to study. He's not limited that he has to come to school at 8 o'clock and he has to depart from here at 3 o'clock. No. He can choose his own timing and he can able to read and revise again and again to that video and that learning. The learner feels free in the total presence of learning. Yeah, he feels free. No teacher is in front of him. Nobody is there who can humiliate him or whatever. So he feels free in the total process of learning. The blended learning encourages students to participate actively in the learning process. It also encourages the students to use the ICT devices and peer grouping and educational interactions among the students, making it easier for them to learn from one another. For those of varying skill levels I discussed, that IQ levels of all the students are not same. So this blended learning surely help them to bring them into a same platform. Advantages of BL, we discussed a lot of things regarding this topic. So I'll just skip some kind of topics. I hope that you will understand. Students and teachers become more technical and they gained enhanced digital fluency. As I've told that some students are making videos. They are cutting, pasting, or whatever the thing, they are using the different kind of softwares. Because they take interest into those kind of tools. We have to accept this blended learning. We have to digitalize ourselves. Students get more strengthened professionalism as they develop qualities like self-motivations, self-responsibility, discipline. That is very necessary. They will understand that this topic is very important. If you leave them now, then they will not study. I understand that some of the students will not practice. But for example, 40% students having of low IQ, or if some students is having the special disorder, then he can able to understand again and again with those kind of practices of blended learning. Activity make them understand about that topic. That is why activity-based learning and blended learning is important, and it has to be placed in the school, or it has to be placed by us. Other benefits. It is more efficient for teachers. Yeah, it is very, very inefficient. I'm telling you. For example, I've taught a particular topic. I made the video of that particular topic already. I've sent it. There's no need to teach again and again because the objectives and the materials I have already made and sent it through the video. But later also I can teach them regarding that particular topic separately. So it will be more efficient for teachers. As I've told that for the first time it will be very difficult for them, but later on they can able to understand that how they have to go through that. It will be a practice. Students can control their learning. They can learn at night. They can learn at morning through those videos. And when they will come to school, they will do activities. They will learn happily. Their confidence level will grow up. High level of collaboration. They will talk with each other. That तुमने ऐसा किया नहीं, इसको करोगे तो और अच्छा होगा. Like that. A kind of temperament will develop into their mind. They will think about those topic or those innovative ideas. Critical thinking will develop into them or into their mind. It is economical. It is inclusiveness. They involve themselves into those kind of practices. वो अपने आप को ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व करने लगेंगे अपनी पढ़ाई में, अपने टॉपिक में. अगर आप अपने वीडियोस डालेंगे या डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज कराएंगे तो दे विल start to create thinking like that कि अगर ऐसा होता तो और अच्छा मजा आता. So they are investing their time in critical thinking. They're investing their time in discoveries. They're investing their times in productive things. Blended classroom learning and changing role of administrator. It has to change, and everybody, we as a teacher, has to accept. Challenges is also there. Only big corporates are better placed to invest in technology and provide such learning. Yeah, it is a challenging thing. Like Byju's, Akash, and many other Vedantu. But nowadays, we don't have any kind of platform. It doesn't mean that we can't able to access ourselves into the YouTube and that all. We will do. According to these statistics, internet penetration in India is only 45% as of January 2021. It is a challenging situation, but it doesn't mean that we will not overcome this. The policy will only exacerbate the existing geographical and digital divide, resulting in the explosive of large number of rural students. IT literacy is also another problem. Most of the teachers are not very well known about information technology. They don't have any kind of experience regarding that thing. It is more time consuming because they have to prepare the models, they have to prepare the study material, PPTs and that videos now, access of network, infrastructural problems. But it doesn't mean that we are not going to do that. Future of learning is the blended learning only. You have to accept it. A new concept of pedagogy of education is blended learning. That is teaching learning generally known as blended learning. Ministry of Education, as I've discussed earlier also, Ministry of Education has passed a circular for secondary and higher education and proposed to teach 60% in offline, and traditional mode of any course in 40% in online mode. This is not my proposal. MOE is proposing this kind of stats. The concept note circulated by the MOE, that is Ministry of Education, that is blended mode of teaching and learning, paves the way for increased student engagement in learning. And I've just told you a lot of engagement practices. You can engage them in any way. For example, you are teaching something, you just ask them that you make a video of 10 minutes for this topic only with your own and send it to me. They will do. So that they will study about that. Oh, I have to send a 10-minute video to our teacher. She or he will make it. She will discover different things. That my presentation should be the best. Enhanced student-teacher interaction, improve students' learning outcomes, and more flexible teaching and learning environments, among other things. It has some other keys of benefits such as increased opportunity. Each and every student will get the opportunity from this kind of process of learning and teaching and learning. Institutional collaboration, schools, managements has to come forward and collaborate with the teaching efficient way. At a distant and enhanced self-learning, what is occurring from blended learning. E-learning versus traditional learning. saves money in development, travel, and time. E-learning, you have to sit at your home. You have not to go anywhere, and you can study at a place according to your time and according to your convenience. Great for specific, concise topics. Students can take anywhere at any time. So lot of things are there. But I've told you takes 40 to 60% less time than classroom instructions because no student is there. You have to make the video according to your speed and you have to post it. So it will take 40 to 60% less time of the classroom instruction. Better for remote traveling or high turnover population. Student can pause, reread. Yeah, they can pause it. They will write, they can understand. Then they can replay or test out of content. In the traditional learning, better use of time of highly complex information. That thing which we have taught in the e-learning or we try to taught in the e-learning, we will take some activity and we will do it at the classroom. So it will create a high complex information or it will create a high thinking skills in the students. Greater job or greater for collaborative topics or great for collaborative topics, sorry. Students can ask questions and role play situations, as I've told, because they have already studied at home. They can come and they can ask you. They can ask us that this kind of things I can do better than you. You have to allow you, we will allow them for that thing. Highly skilled trained can adapt information for students. Students learn from each other, can help students more valued. That is why blended learning is important because both the things we need. That is why we are knowing about blended learning today. So I have a video so that you can able to understand this better. Sundar Pachai is there. He's telling that how we can improve or what are the possibilities of better education in India. After some time, I'll just send the attendance come assessment link to all of you so that you have to fill that.
One of the great things about India is this tremendous investment in education. People talk about it all the time. Most parents have respect for this for their children. And so I think it's a great foundation we have as a country. In my experience growing up here, I think there's a lot of emphasis on spending time on the books and learning things academically. I think there's a lot of pressure to follow set lanes throughout your career. You're in high school, you're thinking about college. A lot of times when I was younger, people would say, this person didn't get into this college or something, and that's the end of the road. And life is so different from that. And I get surprised people. People start preparing for IIT in their 8th grade. That's a bit shocking to me. I get very surprised people come to IITs and immediately they're thinking about IIMs and so on. The US, for example, most students don't choose their majors till their final year. So people explore different things and find what they're really passionate about. The way I dealt with these things was try and feel what I really enjoy doing and pursue that. I would do what feels something like you like spending time on. I would use that as a yardstick and not meet the pressure to do what others are telling you to do. Always wanted to work on computing, build computing products. The thing which keeps me going is the desire to build products which will be used by billions of users and make a difference for them. That's what I've been focused focused on. I mean, it doesn't need to be even in engineering. There are many, many different ways, and you will see this later in life. People do well from all walks of life. I think education needs to evolve and change just like with everything else. Getting into an elite institution doesn't guarantee success. Matters a lot, but it doesn't guarantee success. And I would like to see people value creativity, value experience of doing things, taking risks. It is important to be well-rounded. I would encourage people to try different things, take some risks, follow their passions a little bit more, enjoy what you're doing. And what matters most is loving what you're doing and trying to do well at it. So I think if you follow your heart and do what you like, you will always do much better. It's worthwhile taking risks and trying to do something you're really excited by. If the first attempt you don't do it, you can try again, and things seem to work out in the long run. You work on really difficult things, you're better off because you have no competition. Others aren't working on that difficult a problem. Even if you fail, you end up doing something great in the process. You want to aim high enough that you fail a few times. I think that's the natural part of the process. Setbacks actually don't matter. In Silicon Valley, one of the reasons so many people start up a company is starting up a company and even having failed, you can wear it like a badge of honor. And I think that's important. Culturally, risk is rewarded. So I think it's important to keep your hopes, keep your dreams, and try to follow them. Most of how life plays out is up to you, not up to what happens outside of you. And I think it's important to keep that in mind and take the long-term view. At some point in your life, you have to work with people where you feel a bit insecure, because that means you're working with people who are better than you and who are pushing you. If you actually feel very secure in what you do, it means you're doing something comfortable and you're not pushing yourself. There are many, many times I've felt working with people in a group, am I doing enough? These people seem much better than me, and I think it's an inherent part of learning. And as a leader, I think it's really important to build organizations where people actually want to work together and trusting them to doing the right thing. And as a leader, it's less about trying to be successful and more about to make those people successful. I'm absolutely, with full certainty convinced that India will be a global player in the digital economy, and it will be competitive with any country in the world.
So we saw these sessions. That is where the Sundar Pichai also believing that we can change and we have a certain potential through which we can able to explore ourselves and we can be a global master in digital learning and economy. So this kind of things cannot be possible unless and until we couldn't able to involve our student into the activity-based learning. To involve them into activity and but people say that it is a maintenance cost, high maintenance cost, technological dependence, but these all things come across towards the side of institutions. Education in India is driven by a teacher-centered approach, as we are doing right now. Expecting these students to switch over quickly to collaborative and technology-enabled learning will be stressful for them and may accentuate the existing dropout rates in higher education. They are very stressful. That is why they just leave study at 12 class, at 10 class, and in between the college time and that over. So that is why the MOE just thinking that we have to involve it, as we are saying that we have the model of 5-3-3-4. We'll get the certification at year 1. We will get the diploma at year 2. The third year we will get the certificate course or documentary course, whatever the thing you have just came to know. So this will create the interest towards the study that, okay, if I'm living due to some family situation, we can enroll ourselves again in the next class. But this educational system of blended learning or online sessions, we can able to make it continue or make it accessible into those kind of education system, or we can learn ourselves regularly. Overcome steps, the government is ensuring equity and in access to technology and bandwidth for all platforms across the country, free of cost. Free of cost, they are just planning. They are giving the free of cost internet, and they are just planning for such kind of programs. Massive digital training programs are arranged and taken for teachers. Yeah, we have been doing a lot of trainings regarding digital learning and management, and a lot of things, blended learning I have done, and I'm telling you right now. So, and it's still going on. Even the teacher student ratio needs to be readjusted, readjusted to implement blended learning effectively. So, Aristotle says that the roots of education are bitter, but fruit is sweet. It is very tough, it is very challenging. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. If we have to achieve something, we have to go through the tough times or tough situations. So we are ready for it, and hopefully you all are ready for that. Different online useful tools for teaching and learning: Google Classroom, Google Meet we used, Microsoft Teams, Azure, Kahoot. You can ask me later on also, so that I can tell you. We don't have a lot of time. We proceed up to, I think, 2 hours. We are taking the session. So other Canvas elements, you can take the screenshot and you can try it at your home. So it will help you in many ways. So Blackboard Learn, Talent LMS, Schoology, T2L, Brightspace, Moodle, Edmodo, Learn Dash, and many more. Surveyed and polls, as I've discussed, that if you want to know a lot of the things from your student, you can create such kind of polls. Crowd Signal, Edulastic, you can take the screenshot again, I just told you. And later on, we can discuss regarding this. We can arrange the other sessions so that I can tell you later on about it. So, Advoodle, Tuxedo, Whatever's, Word Art, many more. Get real-time feedback. Formative, Gosa Box, IXL, Kaizina, Mentimeter we did in COE's meeting also. Peer Deck also we did. Plickers also we did. Quick Key. Now, keep the conversation going with the live chats. If you want to do the interesting live chats with your students, that back channel chats you can use. Back channel chats. A teacher moderate version of Twitter. You all know about Twitter. What is Twitter? What the Twitter is. So you can use it okay. So you can use that model, and where you can throw all the informations and notifications through that Twitter model. That is, wait a while. A lot of devices and tools, ICT tools are there through which you can involve or you can engage your students into different activities. They will get happier, and they are able to learn new things from those topics or from those tools. Back channel chat. Sorry, I was forgotten. Was here. Back channel chat is there. A teacher moderated version of Twitter. ChatZ supports live online chats in a private setting. Create and store documents or assignments. Google Forms we used. A Google Drive app that allows you to create documents students can collaborate on real time using smartphones, tablets, and laptops. Piazza is also there. Assignment tools where students can submit their responses. Albert Toller says that every great leader is a great teacher. But we are in the process of, I could not able to say that we are great, but we are learning each and every day. We are a good learner. We should be a good learner. And we are a good learner. Every great leader is a great teacher. And the greatest leader sees every opportunity to teach well. So we will grab every opportunity. We will seize every opportunity to teach well. Whether it is digital mode of learning, teaching, or whatever. Hence, periodical discussion, feedback mechanism, and support services at all levels would revitalize the implementation of learning programs of the National Education Policy 2020. Blended learning will lead to the actualization of the three cardinal principles of education policy, that is access, that is equality and equality and equity. So with this session, the session has been stretched to 2 hours, I think. And thank you for your patience. And I'm just sharing the Google link, Google form link and assessment link so that you can able to fill your attendance. Some questions are also there. You can find out in the live chat box. I'm just sharing within a minute. Okay, here you are having a assessment come attendance link. You please fill it so that we can have your attendance. And then after we can able to create your certificate. And I hope that I can able to make you very clear regarding the topic today. And it will be very fruitful and you will start practicing this kind of blended learning into your classrooms also and with your students so that they can able to explore into the life. They can achieve a lot of things into their life and we can create uncertain and unbelievable things by our students. Thank you, Nutan ma'am, Deepak Kumar. Thank you, Deepak sir, for appreciating.
Finally, thanks to the teachers, both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks
Thank you.
all
Thank
of
you
you.
so much. Thank you, all of you. And I hope that you got the attendance link. If somebody has not got that, please let me know so that I can share it again. And we will take 1 minute so that your confirmation will be known by us, whether have you got the Google form or not. After 1 minute, we will close up the session. We'll conclude the session. Okay, thank you all of you. Thank you for your patience and listening to this. Shweta ma'am want to ask something. Yeah, you can ask if you have any query regarding this topic so that I can make you explain regarding this topic or not. Okay, all right. If you get any kind of issue regarding the attendance link, so you can let us know in the chat box and WhatsApp also, so that we can able to send it again in the group. Meanwhile, have a good day. Take care. Bye.
अटेंडेंस मोहम्मद वारिस देखे तो सर हम seeing the link.
Kindly send the link.
Yeah. सब लेफ्ट हो रहा है तो कहाँ से आएगा लिंक? स्क्रीनशॉट लेके रखे थे? स्क्रीनशॉट लेके रखे थे? अभी लेने से क्या होगा? बीच बीच से लेना चाहिए। ऐसे ही होता है, कैसे होता है? दोनों एक साथ।
मैं तो देखिए ना, मेरा फोटो तो
नहीं, नीचे या ऊपर?
दोनों ये और ये एक बार वो नहीं सर वो नहीं
सबको
मेरा